and set up here the first planetary base that we're gonna set up in the plasma planet. All right, so I'm gonna click the system, look for the plasma. There we go. View planetary production. All right, it should show the planet right now. It's just amazing. It's a lot of plasma there, right? So of course the biggest, the abundant material here or resource is this suspended plasma, right? But for this one, we're actually looking to build precious metals, right? And we found out that precious metals is built by harvesting or mining noble metals. And noble metals here is actually looking better compared to the barren planets, right? At least on high sec standard. So I'm gonna click that, and I'm gonna make sure I swirl the planet, look for the best spot. So you see the bar here. This is the scanning bar, right? Based on your skills, which I have, I think decent, right? Because they're all level 3. Based on your scanning skills here, right? We have the advanced planetology, which basically helps us increase resolutions and resource data when scanning a planet to allow for more accurate surveying. Basically, this one that we're doing right now. If I have probably max, I could probably just a little bit more drag it down, right? Because going to the right means you're scanning more granular detail, right, on the planet, right? If you zoom it. So, but then we're not seeing anything, right? Nothing highlighted for the noble metals. So obviously it's just like 50% dense, right? So I'm gonna drag it a little bit back, right? And let's see if we can see anything. Oh man. All right, that means there's gonna be like little, very little here. I'm gonna push that more. That's almost 80%. Oh god. All right. Yeah, I didn't expect this. There we go. Start to show. All right. So there. So what the goal here is that you would want to see, you know, signs or scans, heat signals, basically is what we call, or heat map, right? So indication that there's actually dense noble metals there, right? This is basically how the Transformers scanned Earth on that movie, right? But they were actually after the sun. So let's see here. Okay, let me try to adjust it a little bit. There you go. Okay, that's one. I wish there's a feature here that I could right click and bookmark it, right? But there's none. So there's like a flag. That could be really a cool feature, right? Yeah, if CCP is watching, please put like a feature to right click or drag a flag there, because when you're scanning, right, when you're swirling, you could be looking at a different spot compared to that one, because there's really no grid, right? There's no measurement, longitude and latitude, so the detail is not there yet. But it seems like that's the most dense section. There you go. I'm back here. All right, so we zoom it down. All right, let's move it a bit so it's clear. There we go. All right, so that's a section. It's a very small section, sadly. So I have the plasma in my inventory, right? As long as I have my plasma, that should be good. I'm gonna build the plasma. And by the way, this would cost you ISK, right, when you're building. So just a note. Not saying it's required, but all right. So the goal here is that make sure that your drills, right, are within this area. You'll see later why, because it will. This basically represents, like I said earlier, where the most dense area in the planet for what we scanned, which is the noble metals, right? So we're gonna build, of course, not in the center, right, but outside, because we want to occupy as much as possible the center where it's most dense, right? It's more abundant with our drills, right? So I'm gonna put that here. I guess a bit far. I think I can move it later. No, I don't. No, you can't. You have to destroy it. So I guess here, right? I guess it's clear. Yep, there. So if you zoom that, that's it, right? Okay, so we submit and build it. Putting down the command center doesn't actually cost, but the units, right? Basically, the facilities will actually cost you, right? If you hover your mouse there, you see there's the build cost, which is 45,000 for the extractor control unit. The basic industry facility would be 75,000 isk, and so on and so forth, right? It gets expensive. Launchpad is the most expensive one, right? Okay, so not really expensive, but it's like 900,000 isk, right? I'm not sure if your standings with the faction would affect this. I think maybe, but that's just an idea. All right, so I screenshotted earlier before I destroyed all my old planetary interactions. I'm just gonna mimic that basically, right? So first is of course you're gonna put, this is the main command center, right? If you're gonna check your oops, if you're gonna check your inventory, one was already consumed, right? Close that, and then that's our command center, right? But it's not actually consuming power right now because that nothing is connected. So right now we're gonna set up the basic components that we need. So our goal here in this setup, or at least in my setup, is the idea is, since I have multiple tunes, right, to maximize especially since we are in high sec, right, to maximize my output, I'm gonna do this whole planet just pure raw materials, right? I'm just gonna harvest pure noble metals, right? I'm not gonna convert that to T1, even to T1, and I'm just gonna harvest a lot of it. Yeah, a lot of it, right? But I'm thinking maybe we actually set up at least a T1 manufacturer. Maybe, I don't know, but we'll see, because it's still different in null. So the optimization there based on efficiency is different. So, and I just learned it from my friend Mother Bob too. So, all right, let's start. Without further ado, let's put down, of course, some. I guess the first one would be the storage, right? All right, I'm gonna put that here. Wow, that's too far actually. Okay. Can I cancel that? All right, good. Should be there, just next to it, right? Okay, good. So see, when I click on, let's submit that. CPU was consumed, right? Right, and power too. So I'm gonna need to upgrade that. With my skills, I could upgrade that to at least, I believe, 4. Right, here we go. So I'm gonna upgrade that to level 4. That's 4 million. Submit. There we go. I got more power and capacity in my CPU. Now we're gonna set up extractors, right? So wow, these are distractors, right? All right, extracting. Okay. Shoot. If I'm not mistaken, that should be placed right here. All right, that should be like at least near the center. There you go, submit that. And then we're gonna put the drills down, right? So install extraction programs. So we have here right now a new window that would open. Basically, in this setup here, currently we could install a maximum of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 drills, basically, right? 10 extractors, or tentacles is what we call it, right? Tentacles. So goal here is, of course, please make sure to select the right resource that we're actually looking for, and when you hover your mouse, you will see the name, right? And if it's not existing there, so noble metals, there we go. It will show and highlight back again. And then we choose that first, we select that, and then we select one of the extractors, and it will consume basically power in CPU every time, right? So we could reposition that by left click drag and then removed from the planet. All right. So for this one, there we go. When I click that, I could actually click 5, actually 10 right away, right? It will automatically just reposition by default around the main extractor building, right? So let's do the first one, right? So first one, this is the duration basically. So by default, this is like an hour, right? So average per hour would be 21,000 raw materials. So remember, we need at least 3,000 noble metals to build 40 precious metals. That's a tier 1 refined version. So I'm gonna move that. Ideally, I used to do this like at least every 3 days, right? Let's see how it goes. Yeah, or actually I could do, 4 days maybe? Yeah, so though, if you notice, when I dragged, right, the duration, everything also, the range basically of the extractors, expanded, and there's like an overlap, right? An overlap basically reduces the output, so that's why it's important earlier that I actually place the main extractor unit in center or near the center, and then I could just place or strategically, drag and place the extractor units or the drills, right, around it, or at least near the green area. And you also notice the percentage that you're actually getting, right, or the quality index, where obviously it will increase or improve the closer it is to the center, right? See that? Yeah. So let's see. All right. So that's the overlap, right? Oops. Wait, there we go. So, okay. With that being said, that's 3 days, right? Let's try 3 days. Yeah, 3 days. I think. Yeah, 622 in 3 days. I think that's okay. So let's position it here. All right, carefully. There we go. So avoid overlaps. See, at least, I mean, it's high sec, guys. So I guess 50% would, would be the big. And also on top of that, there's just 15% resource density here. So I'm gonna answer the questions later, because I'm not actually looking at the chat right now. So let me try to position this really closely. All right, there we go. So some overlap there too. The goal here is that just make sure that just like there is no red color here, right? Red colored number. All right. There we go. This one, see, it's like 39, the farther it is. All right, so we're gonna put that here. Where's 50% here? I think it's more green here. 48. 48 still. Here. There we go. Get 50. Yeah. I can't get 50. Okay, whatever. There we go. 50 across the board. Oh wait. This guy here. Let's move that to the top. There we go, 50. Save. Alright. So 50 across the board. I think that's good. And then we start the extraction. Of course, it will say not routed because I haven't installed the cables there yet. So I'm going to submit that. Right. And so the next part here is to make sure that this is connected directly to our storage, right? And and to the at least the basic industry facility. So it looks like our command center still has a lot of CPUs, but I'm not sure if I could. Yeah, I think it's better since because of the resource density and also the location. There we go. If I could drag that here. That's basically the area of the density, right? So I could maybe like install another raw material here, right? But yeah, I'm thinking I'm just gonna test it out for at least 1 week, right? And install facilities here, and let's see how it goes, right? So let me try that and experiment, right? So for now, I'm gonna install uh, the industries, right? Industry facility, basically to convert the noble metals to precious metals automatically. So right now it's drilling, but it's not routed, right? It's working right now. Just to show you an example. Yeah, it is now working. See the timer there? It's actually working. Our program running. But the moment it's like full, it won't go nowhere, right? So we have to install our connectors here. So basically, we just need to connect that directly to our storage, right? Let's submit that. And then we route it. Route the products, create a route. There we go. Routed. Submit it. Now we're going to install the basic industry. Basically just near here, right? And we should be good, I think, right? So let's see here. I'm just going to, I guess, revolve it around. It's easier to see. Let's see the power load and CPU. I think we could do 10 also. I'm not sure. Let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. See the power load there? Oh my god. Submit. Alright, I just consumed 750 ISK for that. Now I'm gonna connect everything, right? So connect to the storage, because the moment the extractor is full, or actually it will, wait, not liking the planet would be dangerous. Okay, so I guess we just could do 9. So I'm gonna destroy this one, because we may need to upgrade this link here. Basically these are cables, right? Where the materials actually flows, right? So I'm gonna continue connecting the others. So we're just gonna have 9 here. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. Okay, 9 basic industry facilities. So they're all connected, I believe. Yeah. All right. So the moment basically the flow here is that it's extracted here, right? Now it goes to the storage, and the storage has the materials here later on, which is going to be the raw material noble metals. But you know, we, as this first experiment and as a guide for my corp members later on, what we want is to maximize, right, efficiency, turnaround time also. But then since I just discovered that it's high sec, and I was told that it's actually extremely lower compared to null sec, right? So, and I think it's still better here to set up this like way. So we have connections again directly from the drills. It goes to the storage, and we have the noble metals here. Now we're gonna convert it, right, back to, but you know, process it and make it precious metals. Make them precious metals, right? So precious metals. There we go. Tier 1. All right, we install that. So create a route, right? After that, we put that back to the storage. Right, create a route. Submit. Input route missing. Wait. There we go. Noble metals. Create route. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So that's basically it, right? So you see there, the link, right? It goes back and forth. So if you check the routes here, incoming is actually 3,000 quantity noble metals, which is basically the requirement to build 40 precious metals in per cycle, right? Which is every 30 minutes. and then no, actually 20 units per cycle, right? And then we have outgoing. After it's done, it goes back to the storage, right? So again, we install the command center, we put down the drills, right? The extracting group here, basically maximum of 10. And then once it's extracted, it goes back to the storage, right? Goes back to the storage. And then, why is there a connection, by the way, to incoming, right? This is weird, there's like a connection going back. Wait a minute, I'm gonna double check, routed. Yeah, I guess that's okay. Okay, that's correct. So it goes to the storage, right? Sorry. And then we produce the raw materials to our industry facilities, the basic industry facilities for this example. And then once it's done, we route them back to our storage because we want to keep it here. This is where most of the storage is, like 12,000, right? And I set it to 3 days because I wanted to see how much I could get within 3 days, right? Cycle. All right. That's basically it, right? So of course there's like 9 left, so we do the same setup. So you just set up the route and the connections in each one of them, right? So we already have a connection back. So all we have to do is just route, install, select a route there, create a route, right? And then route it back. Actually, I'm just gonna do, let's see, so incoming, because that's already routing, right? Create a route. Wait, oops, that's wrong. Huh? Wait a minute. Did I select the wrong one? Oh yeah, because I have it's okay. I have to install the schematic first. My bad. And set a route. Okay, let's just do all the facilities and then do the route back to the storage. Alright, so we won't miss anything. Although, it's obvious if you miss something because it's gonna give you color red there, right? Now it's showing partial red and linking red and yellow because there's just one, I guess, one more step that's missing. Right, so now which is the part to route the noble metals. There we go. Oops, not that one, this one. So you make sure you select the highest quantity because the other ones were actually already routed. Wait, can I like do that in one go? No. Yeah, you have to do it one at a time, sadly. That's why it's gonna take time. Although I'm not sure if there's an update that you could actually do it in batch or something. But yeah, I don't know. So I'm gonna stick to the basic one, and you know, just it's clear to my new bros and my corp mates later on. I'm gonna be sharing this to my friends because we are trying to set up, you know, the fuel materials for our helium fuel blocks to power our structures, right? Although it's not for free, of course, because I'm gonna be buying it from them. It's like a buyback program in our corporation. All right, so that's it. So we have everything operational, right? There's only color red here, but that's actually indication of the power consumption overall. We have 90% power consumption, so we're good. The command center also has like 500 capacity. You know, if in case your storage goes beyond, right, you could move some of it and get a connection, but the command center is actually not necessary to have connection, right? But yeah, definitely you have to take advantage of that when the storage is actually full.